Okay, it's that time of year, everybody's making New Year's resolutions, and I am here on January 1 at 8:33 in the morning preparing this video for our patients. We're launching our weight loss program tomorrow, our 12-week body transformation challenge. And although, just kind of bear with me today because I'm getting over the flu. Today's day 5. So if I'm coughing or sneezing or whatever, just kind of bear with me. But I want to get in here and get this video made for you guys. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cover everything. Well, I'm going to cover some broad strokes. I'm going to cover what's in the weight loss challenge, what to expect, what are we doing, what you're going to be doing, and what the cost is compared to other programs and what our cost is. Also, just so you know, we're going to give you a 50% discount, and this program is only offered to our current or past patients. So if you see this video, it's because you were a patient at one point at some time. So this program is only being offered to you at this time for a couple reasons. One is we want to take care of our patients first because you were good to us. You came to us when you needed help, and we're going to do this for you. 2, and we're giving you a huge discount for that. 2 is because it's that time of year with all the New Year's resolutions. If we offered it to the general public, we just wouldn't have enough slots because we have a certified personal trainer. He can only see or handle so many patients at one time. So it is very limited. And the third is we're going to use this as a launching pad to launch this program nationwide. Now we're using a combination of technology and medical weight loss program, and we've tested both of those over the past year with great success individually, but we decided recently to put them both together and launch it together so we can launch this nationwide. And we want to use this initial launch to get testimonials, personal stories, so that we can launch it nationwide and have additional proof besides our research that, hey, this program does work, because it absolutely does work. I guarantee it, and we do guarantee it. So what I'm going to do is kind of explain what's involved in the program and kind of what to expect. But the first thing, the reason we designed the program the way we did is because we're trying to overcome the things that cause people to fail, or overcome the reasons people fail. And there's 2 reasons really people fail. One is the diet portion of it, the nutrition side of it, is just too restrictive, and they don't finish it. Why? Because they're hungry all the time. They have no energy. They're moody and cranky because it's horrible when you have to restrict calories. And I mean, it's physically painful, but there's also an emotional side to it. But that is one reason people will start and not finish it, because the pain is too great. And that's why after all these New Year resolutions, 80% of people don't finish it. And when it comes to weight loss, that's one of the reasons why. So we kind of overcome that with our program. And then 2, another reason they fail is because they will give you the result temporarily. Even if you finished a weight loss program, whether it's counting points or buying their meals or taking shots or you're taking pills, once you reach the end of it and you stop that program or that medication, what happens? You already know what happens. I've done it, you have done it, and you know hundreds of people who have done it. You put the weight back on, you rebound. And there's a reason for that. And it's the reason all those programs work around the same thing. They calorie restrict. And when you restrict calories for an extended period of time, your metabolic rate, what's called metabolic adaptation, your metabolic rate will begin to drop to match the number of calories that are coming in to protect itself. Look at the Biggest Loser study and the Women's Initiative. That's proof alone. And we cover all that in our webinar. But this is not a webinar, by the way. We're just going to tell you the plain, simple truth and give you the facts. And then if you come on board, we will send you all the training materials later on. And we cover everything in great detail, including the research. But when you restrict calories for an extended period of time, your metabolic rate adapts to those lower calories. So, for example, as fast as 2 weeks, typically 2 to 3, most people's metabolic rate will begin to drop. And it drops quickly, but it recovers very slowly. So let's say, for example, you restrict your calories for 3 to 6 months. And your metabolic rate, obviously you have to drop your calories about 500 calories a day on average, below what you need to maintain for you to lose weight. Well, your metabolic rate's constantly dropping down. And so you're having to constantly either increase your exercise or lower your calories. Well, once you hit your goal weight, even though you lower your calorie intake to your new goal weight, your metabolic rate's still much lower. So as you begin to go back to normal eating, your metabolic rate is still low and it's trying to catch up, but it slowly recovers. So you're, in essence, you're overeating. And that's why you always have that rebound effect. When you restrict calories for an extended period of time, you're always going to have the rebound effect when you stop whatever it is. I don't care what it is, counting points, buying the meals, shots or pills. You're going to have the same effect. You have done it, I have done it, and you know hundreds of people have done it. Even if you do lap band surgery or gastric bypass, it's the same thing. It's just forcing you to cut your calories, and then over time you stretch that stomach back out and you put the weight back on because you haven't learned the proper way to eat or maintain that weight. And calorie restriction, extended calorie restriction is not the way. So we don't do calorie restriction or calorie counting in our program, especially in the beginning. And even when we do it, don't do it for very long. And that's only for the people who are trying to lose this last couple pounds because they're going to walk on stage, or they have some, they're going to get extremely lean, like well under 10% body fat. So you're not going to see that here. So that's the two biggest reasons people fail. Is one, it's too restrictive on the diet and they're hungry and it's painful, or as soon as they stop the program, they rebound, it comes right back, and they have to start it over and over again. You're not going to experience that with our program. And I can tell you my own personal story. For me, the reason I was 322 pounds. I lost 94 pounds. And my journey started, years ago when it first started. For me, it was a combination of everything kind of happening at one time, like a 7 to 10 day period, literally. I was getting to the point where, my family, there's lots of disease, cancer, type 2 and type 1 diabetes, and heart disease. And I knew my blood pressure was slowly coming up. It was getting to the point where I can control it with over-the-counter, Dr. Google supplements. And I was pre-diabetic. I knew the health was a big part of it, but that's not because I couldn't feel it or see it. That wasn't the big reason I decided to start my weight loss journey. The biggest reason is really more emotional for me. And even as I'm thinking about it right now, I can kind of feel it's kind of coming back. For me, it was an embarrassment of being so overweight, so fat, that I wouldn't take my shirt off at the beach or the pool. And I love the water, man. I love it. I love the pool. I love the beach. I love being in the water. I love the sunshine. But I hated it. I avoided it because I did not want to take my shirt off. And when I would go swimming, I would always swim with my shirt on. Not because I was trying to protect my skin. That's because I was fat and I was embarrassed. And when I would get out of the pool or the water, the shirt would stick to me. So I'm constantly pulling it, trying so people can't see it. And my clothes never fit right. I never tucked my shirt in. I always bought oversized clothes and I never looked good. That doesn't hide anything. But at that time, I was getting back from vacation and unless you've been in a situation, it's hard to explain the feeling. It's just it just almost like it hurt. And just, it hurts so, you feel like everybody's watching you, everybody's staring at you. And I just, I would do everything I could to avoid getting in the water, especially if anybody was around. Like I'd walk around the edge of the pool and throw the ball to the kids, or I'd just stay on the beach and not go in the water just because I was too embarrassed. And that was hurtful, very hurtful. And so we got back from vacation. Before I went on vacation, I checked my blood pressure at Kroger. This is before I was in healthcare. And my blood pressure, I couldn't control it. It was high every single time I checked it. And I just got back from vacation. I was embarrassed because I couldn't go on the beach without my shirt on. It seemed like everybody else. It wasn't everybody else, but it seemed like it was. And I was swimming in the ocean with my shirt on. It felt just horrible. And then when we got back, my son played sports and he weighed at school. And of course, we had a scale at home. And he weighed at home and he came in and said, "Dad, that scale's off." I said, "Well, how much?" He said, "It's like 20 or 25 pounds off." And I said, "Well, which way? Is it high or low?" He said, "I think it's 20 25 pounds low." And because for me, in my head, I know it sounds stupid, but if I said to myself, if I've ever hit 300 pounds, I'm going to do something about it. So I thought at that point I weighed like 297 pounds. Like, hadn't quite got there yet. And also that same week too, I forgot this, is I went shopping at Gordman's, I think at the time, it was right next to Kohl's. And I had to go in because my size 50 jean was too tight. And luckily they didn't have anything at that point that fit. So I didn't get any jeans, but a size 50. I was wearing a 3X shirt, a 50 jean. And like I said, everything I bought was oversized so people couldn't see the fat rolls. And so my son came in and said the scale was off, like 20-something pounds. So I went and weighed somewhere else, and come to find out, I weighed 322 pounds when I thought I weighed 297. So the combination of my blood pressure getting down, I couldn't do anything about it anymore on my own. The scale being off, now I'm 322 pounds. The size 50 jeans, I can see it right now when I was looking at the jeans. I can still feel that feeling. And then coming back from vacation in Florida and not being able to take my shirt off is embarrassing. And at that point, that for me, it wasn't about the health, literally. Although I'm in healthcare, for me, it wasn't about the health at that point. I was sick of not feeling good about myself, not feeling good in my clothes, not looking good in my clothes, not being able to take my shirt off. And that's the day I decided I'm going to do something about it. Whatever it takes. I'm tired of playing around, playing games. And, because I tried all the other crap, cutting calories and counting points and buying their meals and crap, and it never worked. And I said, I'm going to find a way to do it, and I'm going to find out how to do it, and I'm going to do it right. And that's when my journey began. And it took 9 months, but I lost 94 pounds. Initially, I was doing it all on my own, so it wasn't working that great. Then I got with a personal trainer, actually a certified personal trainer we're using now for our program, and changed everything. I could have lost that weight a whole lot quicker if I'd had the proper guidance. It would have been a lot easier, and I'd just do what I was told, and it worked. But I did lose 94 pounds, and I went from a size 50 plus jean down to a 36 just in 9 months. And so I had been there and I've done it. I'm not saying I know exactly how you feel, but that pain of not being embarrassed of being overweight, not looking good in your clothes, not wanting to take your shirt off at the beach or pool, I can get it. I understand it. And the struggle of having to try to figure it out on your own and nothing working, and trying all these stupid pills and seeing this advertisement and it doesn't work. I've been there and done that. And that's why I designed this program. Now, actually, the reason I did all that for me, because I wanted to feel good about myself. But then the reason I designed a program actually started about a year ago, a little bit over about a year and a half or so ago. I was on the beach. Of course, I was feeling good, I was in shape, had my shirt off, felt confident. And there was a lady that was walking across in front of me. And I don't know exactly what she was thinking, but this is what I felt. Because she was walking across, she was in an oversized bathing suit trying to cover herself up. She was heavy, she was overweight. She had dark hair and glasses. She had her head looking down, and she was walking along the beach. And I just got this feeling, again, I don't know if that's what she was thinking, but I just felt like she has done everything she could do to lose that weight, and it hasn't worked. And I know what to do. I could help her. And that day on that beach, literally within seconds after that thought, I said, I'm going to create a program and teach people how to do this. To do it once and for all and forever. They do not have to go through that yo-yo. They don't have to do it the wrong way. They can trust the system, trust the process, and know it's going to work because it's been proven. And that's when I decided at that point to start to put together a weight loss program. And of course, I'm busy running a business as well, but it's been the entire time I've been doing a tremendous amount of research. I've talked with doctors all over the country. I've looked at all the different types of nutrition. I've looked at the research and science behind it. We have all of it on our website. And if you become a member, you're going to have access to all that too. But everything we do is backed by medical research and exercise research and science. Every bit of it. And if it doesn't get a result for the majority of the people, because everybody's a little bit different. Everybody's biochemically different. Everybody gets different results. There's no one gets the exact same result. But it doesn't work for the majority. We don't offer it. It's that simple. And over this past year and a half, we did a beta launch probably about 9 months ago or so with just medical-based weight loss. Had great success with it. We launched our new technology about 2 months ago, and it's been killing it. It's working. It's unbelievable. If I hadn't seen it for myself, I wouldn't have believed it. So we combined both these programs together to launch the weight loss program that we're going to eventually, this is only being offered to our patients. We're not offering this to the general public. One, because you have done business with us and we appreciate that. So we're going to offer this program to you at a huge discount, 50%, 57% off. That is not what the general public is going to pay. And also the reason we're only offering to our patients, one, to take care of your patients because you took care of us, is also we're not going to offer to the general public yet because we only have our certified personal trainer, which, well, I'll explain that in just a minute, only has so many slots available. He can only handle so many at one time. So if we're offered to everybody right now, because of the time of year it is, it'd be overwhelmed and our patients wouldn't be able to get in. So we're not going to actually take on anyone outside that is not currently our patient on this first launch. So we're using this as a launching pad to launch this nationwide, and we're hoping to gather from this is also be able to get some personal stories like what I just told you, get testimonials, and basically proof that the program works so we can launch it on a nationwide basis. So you guys are going to be part of the very first launch. So like I said earlier, the biggest reason diets fail is because you're either hungry and starving to death because of calorie restriction, or you just have that rebound effect and you may lose weight temporarily, but it comes right back. Well, that's not successful to me. So our program is nothing like that, and I'll cover this in more detail, but we don't do any calorie restriction, especially in the beginning. And even when we do, it's not for an extended period of time. You're going to eat till you're full, and you're going to still lose weight. And you don't have to buy any meals. There's no shots. There's no pills. And you're actually going to save about 30% of your grocery bill. But we'll get to that in a little bit. So here's two parts of the program. One is the technology, and the second is the medical-based weight loss. The first one is the technology we're going to talk about. It's called low-level laser light therapy. Some people call it red light therapy because one of the wavelengths is red, and red light's hot out there right now, so everybody's jumping on it. But there's some big differences between the different types of red light therapy or low-level laser light therapy. Huge differences. So do your research and do the video on it. Most of them are useless. But the one we've looked at it for about 11 months. We've talked to engineers and scientists, the doctors who helped develop it. We've talked to the clinics around the country. We talked to actual patients. So we did a tremendous amount of research. And the system we settled on is one of the few FDA-cleared systems. It is the only system in the U.S. that has all three wavelengths, which means different wavelengths do different things and can penetrate different depths. The only system that has that, and it's also the most powerful system in the U.S. by 2.5 times the next closest competitor. And our next closest competitor only has 2 wavelengths. So the system is top of the line at the moment, and in 5 years from now it may be different. But at the moment, this is a top of the line system in the U.S. when it comes to low-level laser light therapy. Now, our system does several things. One, it treats fat loss, which we'll discuss, skin rejuvenation, and wound healing and neuropathy. And it has the ability to be set for all circulatory, and it has the ability to be set for all of those. But when you are being treated by us, we're going to treat you for all those at the same time because we have the ability to. We're just going to do it, so that's just an added bonus. So not only when you're being treated for the weight loss, you're going to get skin rejuvenation. And what's great about that, just give me an example, we do non-surgical breast reduction. You can lose 1 to 3 cup sizes depending on the person. And when you lose the size of the breast, you're not going to have the sagginess or the flat because it rejuvenates the skin, tightens the skin at the exact same time. It helps with skin texture, coloring, scars, wrinkles, obviously tightening, skin rejuvenation. That's what it does. It also helps with wound healing, like if you have diabetic neuropathy, diabetic wounds, it helps with that. Circulatory, helps improve circulation. But also, what you're going to be most interested in besides the skin rejuvenation is the fat loss. And we have packages just for the low-level laser light therapy. And the packages, what we guarantee just for that is that in your very first session, you're going to lose a minimum of 2 inches or you don't pay. We're the only people who guarantee that. We're the only ones that can guarantee that because we know it's going to work. The average patient loses anywhere from 3 inches to 11 inches. I know it's crazy. You just got to try it and you'll see it for yourself. As a matter of fact, the very first day you come in and sign up, you're going to be put on a session. You're going to get a session. And you're going to see for yourself that first session, you're going to lose a minimum of 2 inches. Minimum. And we're going to prove it to you that day. It takes 20 minutes. And I'll explain how it works in just a minute. But you could actually, with the low-level laser light therapy, you could probably hit your goal weight just doing that. But obviously that costs money to do those sessions, and it'll take a little bit longer time. And you've got to come in 2-3 times a week to be able to do that. But that technology alone, you could lose. Most people could hit their goal weight just using that. But we combine that with medical weight loss, which we'll discuss in a minute. So how does the low-level laser light therapy work? Just real quick, brief summary. We have it in another video. Is the wavelengths they penetrate the skin, and they puncture the cell walls of the fat cells. The fat cells then release the fatty acids and lipids into the tissues around it. That takes about 15 to 20 minutes. 15 minutes is drained about 80%, and about 20 minutes is drained almost 100% of the fatty acids and lipids in that fat cell. Now, what happens immediately is you're going to lose inches because the fat cells go from looking like a balloon or a grape down to like a raisin where it's completely deflated. That takes about 20 minutes. It's pain-free. Most people fall asleep during the process, so there's no side effects. So you immediately lose inches. Now, the fatty acids and lipids are actually still in those tissues around where the fat cells were. And what happens over the next 15 hours, it gets worked through your lymphatic system and to the liver and gets expelled. And so over the next 15 hours, you're going to continue to lose inches. So we measure you immediately, and you're going to lose anywhere from 2 to 2+ inches minimum. And you're going to lose inches every time you do a session. But it's going to take about 15 hours for your body to process those fatty acids and lipids to expel them. So over the next 15 hours, you're going to continue to lose inches. So over 15 to 20 hours is when you're going to know that's the maximum number of inches I'm going to lose from that session. Now, you lose inches immediately, but you don't lose it on a scale for another day or so because your body has to process it. So you immediately will lose inches, and over the next day or so, you'll actually see it on the scale. But the fat loss is permanent. It's not like a wrap where you lose a little bit of water, because this doesn't affect water and it doesn't affect muscle. It only affects the fat cell. So you're truly just losing all the inches, and the weight loss is purely fat. It works effectively, and we guarantee it. And obviously, the maximum numbers you can do it in a week is 3, and we include 2 sessions a week because most people just can't make it in 3. But in our program, you're going to get 2 of those sessions every week, and we're also going to include the skin rejuvenation with it, along with the wound healing and just basic chronic pain recovery. Like if you worked out or you're sore, we're going to do all the treatments at the exact same time. So you get all those benefits, and it's included, and you're going to get 20 sessions in the program. So again, low-level laser light therapy just melts the fat away. We can target specific areas, typically like upper arms, inner thighs, love handles, right, a little pooch in the front, the up under the bra, the fat on the back, up under the neck. Wherever you have an area, we can specifically target that area. Yeah, you can actually target the fat loss. That's what's great about the program. That's what's great about this technology. It works like a charm. And we guarantee if it doesn't work, you don't pay. Secondly, the next thing is the medical-based weight loss. And I think we have several different protocols. We have a nutrition, exercise, supplementation, and a biohacking protocol. And we'll cover those in just a second. But the biggest thing we have that we included with it is we have a certified personal trainer. It's actually my personal trainer that I used in the very beginning. He's a retired professional athlete. He's trained everything from college athletes to pros, CEOs. I mean, he's trained anybody and everybody, everything from just getting in shape, toning it up, to powerlifting, to bodybuilding. He's done it all. And he will be holding you accountable every single day. So you will have a certified personal trainer who will hold you accountable every single day. Whether it depends on what your goals are, whether he's watching your food or your workouts or just touching base with you every single day, he's going to be contacting you. So you're going to have accountability. And I don't care how disciplined you are, If you know somebody's holding you accountable, you're going to do a little bit better. And you're going to show up when you didn't really feel like it because you know, well, he's going to be calling me and he's going to hold me accountable. And I've said, I gave my word I was going to do this. So you get accountability from day one, and you're going to get it every single day until you hit your goal. The next thing is you get an app. We have an app that you'll be able to communicate with the personal trainer. You're going to upload your progress pictures, your food pictures. You'll be able to track your macros, your food macros, your nutrition. You can connect your watch to it, and it'll be able to track your activity levels. Everything can be tracked through that app, and that's included. You will also get, we have 4 different protocols we use: the nutrition, exercise, supplementation, and biohacking. The nutrition. With the nutrition program, where you are not going to count calories. You're going to count your macros. So the program we use is a modified ketogenic diet, and it kind of depends on the individual. That doesn't mean you have to stay on that forever, but what a ketogenic diet does is it allows your body to reset. It's all natural whole foods like we used to eat, 70 years ago or earlier, where it's all natural foods. You're going to eat all the proteins, all the fats. You're going to eat low glycemic vegetables, low glycemic fruit, and there's a tremendous amount of keto desserts out there for you to have a sweet tooth. But the key is we don't restrict calories. We watch the macros, like how much protein, how much fat, how many carbohydrates you're doing. So you're going to eat till you're full. You're going to eat till you're satiated. You're never going to be starving. And you're going to be able to eat basically any other food. You're just going to basically get rid of ultra-processed foods and the processed foods. We're going to teach you how to eat. Well, we're going to give you a food list, shopping list, a substitution list. We're going to teach you how to eat when you go out. It's very simple, very easy. How much protein you need for your body goals. We're going to teach you everything you need to know, including recipes, about the nutrition side of it. And what it's going to do is it's going to help your body kind of reset, help you to become more insulin sensitive again, which means you're going to be more metabolically flexible when it comes to food. So you don't have to stay on that program forever. It's just when you get down to you hit your goal weight, and then we will adjust it, and we'll start adding more carbohydrates, less fat, whatever it is, and based around your lifestyle, and see how your body responds to it, because everybody's a little bit different. But that's where we start, because what's going to happen is you're not going to be hungry, and there's lots of reasons for it. We cover those in the training. You're going to eat till you're full, and you're not going to feel any pain, because you're going to eat, basically almost anything you want, and you're not going to restrict those calories. Because what's great about the ketogenic diet is it increases metabolism. So when you're eating the same amount of calories, but it increases metabolism because of the fat adaptation, the thermogenesis of burning fat for fuel versus glucose. It's amazing. It's great. You're never going to be hungry, and you're going to lose weight. Trust me, we'll give you all the research, and we explain all that in detail later. So nutrition is going to be great. You're not going to be hungry, and you eat till you're full, and you're going to lose weight. Secondly, exercise. You do not have to exercise to lose weight, but it helps. Now, how does it help? Doing exercise like weight resistance is not going to help you actually lose fat, but what it is going to do is going to help you maintain lean tissue, lean muscle mass, and which is a big part of your metabolic rate. It also help you become stronger. You can grow more muscle mass, which improves your metabolic rate. So weight resistance training, it has a tremendous amount of benefits, especially for longevity. So regardless of your age, the more muscle mass you have, the better it is for you. And I'm not saying you have to be a bodybuilder. I'm just saying if you want to just tone up, or you want to just maintain what you have, especially as you get older, you need to maintain and use that muscle mass, or you're going to lose it. So you don't have to exercise to lose the fat. But exercising with weights, doing weight training, will help you with functional movement, muscle strength, and help your metabolic rate. Also, aesthetically, it can help you look better too. So he has the ability, our personal trainer has the ability, and we have the experience to, whether you just want to get toned up, or if you want to walk across the stage and compete in a bikini contest, we have that ability to get you there. So we will design a program specifically for what your goals are. Now, I will tell you this, when it comes to weight resistance training, we don't do high volume and lots of reps and overweight. That doesn't work. It's completely different than what's popular, because what's popular doesn't work. All it does is get you hurt. Our program is designed to get you in and out. You'll be in and out in 45 minutes. And the maximum number of times you're going to work out a week is 3. That's it. And it works. You will see it. We can prove it. And the research shows it. So that's weight resistance. Cardio, we don't do any high intensity cardio unless you have to specifically train as an athlete for a sport, or you're in a job where it requires you to be able to run or sprint or have cardiovascular endurance. Now, I'm not saying it's bad for you. It can be good for you for cardiovascular, but it's not good for losing fat. What we do for fat loss, if you're going to do any cardio at all, it's just walking, a steady state bike, nothing high intensity, because as soon as your heart rate gets above 120, you stop burning fat for fuel and you start burning glucose. And let me give you the difference between the two. We all know people who go to those high intensity training sessions in those clubs or those gyms, or they do marathons or long bike rides. They do all that cardio, but nothing ever changes. Their body doesn't change. If anything, sometimes they look skinny fat. They actually look a little bit worse. Well, there's a reason for that. You may burn more calories, so-called, throughout the day doing high intensity, but what kind of calorie? What are you burning? Are you burning fat or are you burning glucose? But once you burn up all that glucose, what happens? It has to pull it from the muscle. So eventually it starts burning up lean tissue, which is the opposite of what you want. That's why they do all that cardio, all that high intensity training, but their body doesn't change. Or they look skinny fat. They're actually losing muscle mass, but they're not losing the fat. There's a reason for it. There's a reason why we don't do it, and we prove it to you. So exercise, you may do some weight resistance training 3 times a week max for 45 minutes max, and almost no cardio, if any. Unless you're an athlete and you have something you're specifically training for. Supplementation. When we talk about that, there's no pills or anything you have to buy. We talk about things like that can actually improve it. There's nothing that's going to be a miracle work. There's one supplement that could. But for the most part, it's like magnesium, potassium, D3, K2, omega-3s, those kind of things that we know everybody's deficient in. We're just trying to correct any deficiencies you may have. Now, there's a supplement like creatine that has decades of research behind it that even if you're not working out, it will help you become stronger. It'll help you maintain your lean muscle mass, and it also helps you with any type of recovery. So if you are working out, you're going to see great benefits with it. I'm not talking about being miracles or being on like steroids, but you'll see some huge benefits by using that supplementation. And you can get that from us. We have our own private label, or you can get that in any store wherever it's cheaper for you. But also, if you get from us, you get a 20% discount. But that's what I'm talking about, supplementation. So that's not something you have to have. It's just something, hey, we know that most people are deficient in this. You may want to try those to help you. Just, again, it's not going to be a miracle, but long-term, it can help with your recovery and with your progress. With biohacking, now there's some pretty amazing things with biohacking. And all it is just taking your body and tweaking your body, getting it to use its own systems to heal itself or improve itself. And biohacking is free and it costs nothing. But we've done techniques and tried things that have helped patients. Like we've done the blood work where a male's testosterone increased over 700 points. The human growth hormone increased over 300%. For females, it balanced out their hormones. So they had a more consistent mood, didn't have those fluctuations throughout the month. It was more consistent. And human growth hormone increase, crazy. Amazing. Just using some little biohack, little bitty things to tweak, they can get those marginal gains, make all the difference in the world. And they cost nothing. Now, we teach you about those techniques, but you don't have to do anything in here, because just the low-level laser light therapy and the nutrition alone will help you reach your goal weight. But if you want to change your body, you want to make it stronger, you want to change your aesthetics, or you want to improve longevity, there's some things that we can do to help you along with the process. But biohacking, there's some great tools in there that can help. We even cover sleeping, how to sleep better, what to do for sleep rejuvenation, all that kind of stuff. So all that's included in a medical-based weight loss program. So you get the certified personal trainer, you get the app, you get the nutrition, exercise, supplementation, and biohacking protocol. And along with the technology, which is low-level laser light therapy, and it works. Now, what you can expect is this program is for 3 months, 12 weeks, and depending on the individual, some will respond better than others, but you can expect to lose anywhere from 30 to 50 pounds. It just depends on how dedicated you are and if you will follow the program. If you'll follow the program, we're going to help you get there. And once you get there, you're not going to have that rebound effect like you do on these other programs. Why? Because we haven't destroyed your metabolism. We've actually, in most cases, improved it and made it better stronger, and maybe even increased it. So when you get to the end of the program, you're going to know everything you need to know, why your body does what it does, how to biohack it and use your body to heal itself, to improve the metabolic rate. You're going to know the how, whys behind everything. And you're going to see it for yourself, you're going to see it in the research, and you're going to experience it. So when you get to the end of the program, you're going to know exactly what to do going forward if anything ever happens. And you're not going to have that rebound effect because we didn't destroy your metabolism. You're still going to have your metabolism roaring, and you're going to be able to maintain this lifestyle for a lifetime. If anything ever happens in the future, things happen in life, and you put on an extra 10 or 15 pounds, you can get on that and lose that in 2 or 3 weeks because you know exactly how your body works, what is backed by research, what has been tried and true because you've done it, and you just make a few tweaks and get right back in shape. Now, we have a maintenance program for special like low-level laser light therapy. People will come in and use that just as a maintenance, especially on holidays or before summer comes up or before they go to do competitions. They'll come in and get those few extra pounds off. But once you get to the end of the program, you may not need us anymore because we've taught you what to do. And that's really what makes us happy. And you say, well, what about, you're losing your patients? No, 70% of the United States is overweight. There's hundreds of millions of people who are overweight that will be our patients. If we heal you or teach you how to maintain your own body weights and how your body works and how to lose the weight and maintain it for a lifetime, we're happy about that because that's what I want. So you're not going to need this forever. Once you get to the end of the program, you may come in every once in a while for maintenance or skin rejuvenation, whatever. That's great. But when it comes to losing this weight, once and for all, forever, you know what to do. Okay, what does it cost? Well, what I did is I actually went out and looked. I did the research just probably a couple weeks ago now to find out, well, what does it cost per pound of body weight to lose? And after about an hour and a half or so of research, I came across someone had already done that research and wrote an article about it. So I printed up this article, and I was shocked. I was surprised. And then when I thought about it, it really wasn't, because I have personal people who are currently right now that are buying prepared meals, and they're being told what to eat, when to eat it, and they're very small amounts, and they're losing the weight, and they've been on it for months and months and months. They go off of it, it comes right back on, then they go right back to it again. But so it surprised me at first. Now, when I thought about it, I said, well, these people they're on for 6 or 9 months. So sometimes they're on it forever. So I can see where the prices, it got this expensive. I'm not going to mention their names, but you'll kind of get an idea who it is. And this is what it cost per pound to lose weight on their program. Also, all these programs, they don't have a certified personal trainer who's holding you accountable every day. You may be able to talk to somebody once a month. They don't have someone design your program. They don't have the low-level laser light therapy. They don't have, they want you to buy their supplements. They don't teach you how to shop on your own. They want you dependent on them long-term. They don't have the biohacking. All they have is the nutrition side of it and how to restrict calories. That's all they have. So when you take that into account versus what you get with us, you're going to see it's a huge savings. Because our program is not cheap, it's expensive. But compared to what's out there in the marketplace, it's very inexpensive. And it's not even comparable. I'll give you an example. Here, we're going to call this Weight W. You can get an idea who it is. $130 a pound. So if you wanted to use Weight W to lose weight, and you want to lose 30 pounds, it's going to cost you about $3,900 to lose 30 pounds. $130 a pound. That's the cheapest one. The next one is Nutra S. Nutra S, $174 a pound. Gen C, $267 a pound. $267 a pound. That's what, $8,000 to lose 30 pounds? If you wanted to lose 50 pounds, it's close to 10 grand when you use their system. That's what it costs per pound. And they did the research. It's unbelievable. So with their program, if you want to lose 30 pounds, you're talking $4,000 to $4,000 to $9,000 because you're having to buy their meals and all that kind of stuff. If you use like those shots that are popular right now, whether it's the semaglutide or tirzepatide, whatever it is, they charge anywhere from $50 to $100 a shot. You're talking, it takes you 12 months in the studies to lose 14.9%. So you're going to spend $4 or $5,000 for about 50% of your body weight. Our program, you're going to lose 20% of your body weight in about 3 months. Here's what our cost is. If you were to pay retail for it, so if you went out and got the low-level laser light therapy and you bought 20 sessions, it's going to cost you a little bit over $3,000. If you got the personal trainer, if you went and got the personal trainer yourself, and if you did 2 sessions a week, you're talking $150 a week. So that's $600 a month. You're talking $1,800. With our program, we have a weight loss. On a medical base alone, that's about a little bit over $300 a month. We have a certified personal trainer in our program, so you're talking about $1,000. So you're looking over $4,000 retail. So when the general public comes in the future, that's what they're going to pay for our weight loss program. And even that still compared to the Weight W, which is the cheapest, is $4,000. But you don't get the technology, you don't get the certified personal trainer on a daily basis, you don't get all the stuff you have here. That's a fair deal, or even a heck of a lot better deal than most of the others, because they don't get the skin rejuvenation, all the other stuff. But that's not what you're going to pay. You're only going to pay, you're going to get a 57% discount, and you're only going to pay $1,700. So for a 3-month program, it's $567 a month. And that comes down to between $23 and $50 per pound. Now, why the difference? Like with in this study, I'm assuming they combined the male and the female. And the male, because one, they're bigger, they have a tendency to lose more weight during the same period of time. And the female, because they're smaller, and it's sometimes a little bit more difficult for a female to lose the weight. But definitely they're losing less weight because they're smaller, just in general. They combined it. So for a female, it may be more expensive than this, and for a male, maybe a little bit less. But in our case, I didn't combine it. I separated. So for a male, it'll cost about $23, $24, $25 per pound to lose versus $130 up to $267. And for a female, it'll be closer to like $40 to $50 per pound versus $130 to $260. So anywhere from basically say $25 to $50 per pound is what it's going to cost you to lose weight in our program. So you compare it to the most popular programs out there right now, which are everywhere and been around for years, and you get the low-level laser light technology, the skin rejuvenation, the fat loss just melted away, and you get the certified personal trainer every day, and you get all the biohacking techniques, all that, and we don't ruin your metabolism, and you're able to maintain it for a lifetime. It's pretty cheap. So the cost is, the way it works is it's $1,700. It's for a 3-month program. You get everything I said before. You get 20 low-level laser light treatments. And every time you take a treatment, you're going to lose inches and you're going to lose weight. You're going to get the certified personal trainer, the app, the nutrition, exercise protocol, supplementation protocol, biohacking. We're going to teach you how to do all of that. We're going to walk with you every single day through the entire process. And you can either pay for that up front, $1,700, or you can break it out over 3 months and pay $567 a month. If at any point, at any time, you're not satisfied, you'll refund up to that point. So there's the risk-free. You're not committed to anything. You're not locked into anything. We're not trying to. If it's not working for you, we don't want you in the program, and we don't want you to be penalized for it either. So we try to treat everybody like we want to be treated, and do what's right. So this is what you can expect once you sign up and you're ready to start losing that weight. And again, you can expect to lose 20% of your body weight, maybe a little bit more, depending on your genetics and how you respond to the program over a 3-month period of time. You can expect your skin to be rejuvenated. You can expect that when you get to the end of the program, you go off of the program, you go back to a kind of a normal lifestyle. We've taught you how to eat properly, that the weight's not going to rebound back, and you'll be able to keep it off once and for all and forever. And if you ever need any help going forward, we're always here for you if you need that. So what to expect on the day you sign up. First thing we're going to do once you sign up is we're going to give you a red light session for free. We're not even charging you for it. Like our program includes 20, but we're going to give you the very first day, the first one. As soon as you sign up, we're going to put you on the red light session, give you a red light session. We're going to measure you before and after and show you firsthand in real time that you're going to lose a minimum of 2 inches right there on the spot. And that's not, we're not going to charge you for that at all. Then you're going to do the onboarding paperwork. We're going to get your weight. We're going to do your measuring. We're going to get your before picture. We're going to help you we're going to send you a link so you can set up your app so you can get that started. We will then send you an email that has all the video training sessions. Like we cover every part of the protocol. We cover everything in detail. We give you the research behind it. And we explain the research, the how and why we do what we do. And the reason we do that so that when although you don't need that, because the personal trainer is going to do everything for you or tell you what to do, we want you to know why it's happening, why we're doing what we're doing. So once you've learned and you've created a habit, when you're at the end of this program 3 months later, that you go back out into the world on your own, you know what to do and how to do it. So it's not just about doing it for you or telling you what to do. We want to teach you why we're doing what we're doing so that when you go forward, you'll be able to do it on your own into the future. Also, you initially will start that day a 3-day food diary because we want to get an idea of what your macros are, not necessarily calories. We want to see how many carbohydrates really you're eating, how much fat, how much protein. And during this whole process, if you're like a type 2 diabetic or you're on medication for hypertension and certain medications, we're going to give you an information pack to give to your doctor. Now, we're primary care. And if we're not treating you, you have another primary care physician, we want to give you a packet to give to your physician so that he knows, hey, I'm making this lifestyle change. I'm switching over to this type of nutrition program. And as you're losing weight, he's going to have to monitor you and adjust your medications. Everyone's different, but it would not be surprising if you were to at least reduce your medications or eliminate your medications by the end of this program. So if your blood sugar is dropping naturally and you're on some type of medication for it, well, he needs to adjust it to a smaller dose so that it doesn't get too low. Or your blood pressure, whatever it is, he needs to be able to monitor that. So if you have any type of issues that can be affected by this program, we're going to give you a packet to get to your doctor so that he knows to monitor you a little bit closer until you hit your goal weight. Now, we have providers here that can do that. But if you don't use us for your primary care, we're going to give you a packet to give them. And then after you do your food diary, because we want to find out how many carbohydrates you are. If you're eating, I'm just making this up, 500 calories a day, but we're not going to switch you to the ketogenic immediately. We're going to titrate that down because we don't have issues with being lightheaded or whatever. So that's why we want to do that 3-day food diary. Is to find out what you're doing now, and then we need to make some adjustments and also even suggestions like for food substitutes, things like that. So we want to do that to make it as easy as possible for you and adjust it to make it easy as possible for you. So, and then at the end of that 3 days, when you bring it back in the food diary, we're going to give you another free session on the low-level laser art therapy. So before even the program really officially starts and you're starting to change your lifestyle, we've already given you 2 low-level laser art therapy sessions. And you're losing inches every time you do it. And I wouldn't be surprised if you haven't lost, your pants are already, or your clothes are already fitting looser already before you even started. And we don't charge you anything for those. So I told you initially you're getting 20 sessions because you're going to get 2 sessions a week. You're actually getting 22. And we're not going to be charging for those before you even get started because we want you to get immediate results and see that what we're telling you is the truth and it's going to work and it's going to get you motivated and excited to continue the program. Because we know I need the same thing. I need to know it's going to work if I'm going to do this. And so we're going to prove it to you before the program even officially starts. Before you make any lifestyle changes yet, we're going to show you with 2 free low-level laser art sessions, or we're just include them in the program. So you're getting 22 instead of 20 to prove that it works and to get you excited about it. And also say, hey, these guys, what they said is happening and you can trust us and have faith and you'll follow through with it. So that is our guarantee. We're going to guarantee that if you're not satisfied, you can bow out of the program anytime you want to. We'll refund you up to that point. So there's no risk. There's no program, no contract that you're going to sign. We just want to help you lose the weight once and for all and forever. And if you're willing to listen, listen to the research, listen to what the personal trainer tells you. You come in for your low-level laser launch sessions. We're going to help you hit your goal, and we'll be there with you until the last day, until you hit that goal. And we want to celebrate with you probably just as much as you do, because we love it to see people when they're successful. It doesn't hurt our ego at all to see you successful. We love it. We want that. That's why we started the program in the first place. So if you're interested in losing weight once and for all, forever, and you want to take advantage of this 12-week challenge at a huge discount, respond to us, send us an email, call the clinic at 901-213-0100, or email me at tim@newlifemedcenters.com, and we'll be glad to get you started. Otherwise, have a wonderful day, and I hope you have a great year.